September 3rd, 4:59 a.m. in the morning. Oh my God. Well, you know why I'm here. You know why I am reaching out to you early this morning. I just had one of this. You know what? I am going to stop saying how strange each of my experiences are because each time they just seem to get stranger and stranger at times. Sometimes they seem to be just, experiences, I guess, but this experience was really strange. It's very brief, guys. It won't take me very long to talk about it, but it was a very strange experience. Interestingly enough, well, first of all, I obviously haven't been having many experiences lately. I've been kind of grounded. Again, I've spoken to you guys about this before. There are times when I'm just not leaving and I trust my guides. Usually there's some reason for it. I'm not exactly sure what that reason is, but lately I have been grounded. And it was interesting because yesterday, as I was lying down, I heard a voice right before I went to sleep because I was wondering when I was going to go out again. And I heard this voice say tomorrow night. And I thought to myself, okay, tomorrow night. Now, sometimes you hear these voices, and I mean, for me, anyways, I think of it almost like the World Wide Web or the internet. So you pick up on things. Sometimes there's things all around that are going on, voices and frequencies and all these different things. And sometimes I will snatch one out of the air, I'll pick one up, and well, it's hard to know if that's being directed towards you or you're picking up on a piece of a conversation in the same way you might pick up on something if someone was talking on the phone. You don't know what the other person on the other line is saying, but you can only hear the one person. Who knows? But I heard a voice say to me, it will happen tomorrow night or something like that. And I remember thinking to myself, well, I guess we'll see. Well, now we are at 5:08 a.m. on a Friday, which is the next day. And I guess it happened technically in the middle of the night. It was about 4:30 a.m. that this experience happened. So let me get right into it. So as usual, per usual, I was up doing my different projects. So I was up late and I decided to lie down. And tonight, or early this morning, whichever way you'd like to look at it, I had thought to myself, well, I'm just going to listen to some talk radio or something and just relax until I have to actually get up for work, which was going to be soon. So I was just lying there and just resting and just listening to what was, the radio or whatever. And just suddenly I appeared in this restaurant. It was a restaurant. And I was in motion, guys. It was really, really strange. I was in motion. It seemed like I was gliding through this place. And there were white tablecloths. It was really a fancy restaurant. And there were all these couples and all these different people that were eating. And I was just moving really close up to them and then moving right past them. And then just zigzagging and going to different tables, one table after another table, after another table, after another table, just moving. And it was effortless and smooth, and there was conversation I could hear, although it was the kind of thing where you could hear the conversation in the air, but you couldn't actually make out specific words of all these people. And they seemed to be all dressed quite nicely. You know, it's so funny now that I'm sitting and I'm thinking about it. Maybe what comes to mind to me at this moment is maybe how you might picture a restaurant to be in the mid to late 50s, early 60s. A really nice restaurant and people dressed in a very, very nice place. That's kind of coming to my mind right now. But it was weird how I was gliding towards these people. And what's funny is that some of them seemed to have seen me because they smiled and others didn't. But they didn't necessarily acknowledge me. Yeah, just very strange. Now, at one point, this man just seemed to come out of nowhere. And I mean, like, he just seemed to appear out of nowhere. He had grayish, greenish, and I'm saying green like grass, grayish, greenish hair. And he was African American. His hair was really kind of all over the place. Just kind of nappy and just everywhere. And he was wearing glasses. And, he looked like he could be like a nutty professor type of person, right? With like, if you threw a lab coat on this person, and maybe he was wearing a lab coat, I'm not exactly sure, but he could have been like a nutty professor. And he comes out of nowhere. He says, he's waving his hands. He's like, wait, what are you doing? And I'm like, looking at this guy like, who are you? He just literally, again, he came out of nowhere, and he's asking me what I'm doing and where I'm going and all these other things. And then all of a sudden we started talking. We started getting into a conversation. And I remember the first thing I was asking him, because I was trying to find out what place this was. Like, what world am I on, or what is this place? Now, he told me that this club/restaurant was called Brilliance. That's all he said. He said the words Brilliance. And I thought, Brilliance, that's interesting. I was thinking that he meant in the sense of something that glows, not necessarily brilliant as far as being intelligent, but that's what he said to me. He said this place was called Brilliance, the club restaurant that I was in. And I think he said that it was a club/restaurant, which was very, very interesting. And I think I also asked him what world this was that I was in, but I didn't get a straight answer from him. I think he started talking about, this is again going to sound very strange. I think he started talking about the Amazon or something, which was really out there for me. And as he was talking, I could feel myself very quickly losing my grip. And I was starting to get pulled back. And I was like, no, I don't want. And I remember, you know what? It's so funny. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm thinking, I remember that I said, I think I told him, I said, I'm being pulled back. I don't want to go back at this point. I want to find out more about whatever this place is. And then I started breathing, and that was helping me. But still, I could feel myself moving away. And suddenly the place, I couldn't see it anymore, but I could hear his voice trailing off and just getting lighter and lighter until I couldn't perceive him anymore. And I was back in the 3D world. I wish I could have spent more time in this place. I don't know what this was, what it meant, like so many different places, but it was a fascinating experience. And that man, he cracks me up. I don't know. I don't know who he was, but he was a mess. Anyways, thank you so much for coming on another journey with me. And until next time, take care.